Hello and welcome to Walk the Talk Shorts, our mini series where one of the founders of Point 3 talks about a different area of the Point 3 wellbeing business and how it might benefit you and your business. And I'm delighted to be hosting today's session. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Sarah Mayo, one of the 3 co-founders and trainers from Point 3 Wellbeing. Walk the Talk shorts have all the features of our longer format Walk the Talks, but these are only 10 or 15 minutes long. So they're designed to maximize your time, but also to encourage you to take a break, even if it's only for 10 or 15 minutes. A little really does go a long way when it comes to managing your mental health and productivity throughout the day. So even though it's a short session, we still encourage you to take us on a walk if you'd like. So plug in your earphones and head on outside and use this time to get some fresh air, stretch your legs and hopefully feel inspired. So let's get into today's short talk. It's currently September when I'm recording this. And September is often associated with getting back into a routine after the summer holidays. It's the start of a new school or college year, and also a time when many are beginning to plan for the new calendar year ahead, 2023. It's hard to believe we're thinking ahead to 2023 already. Don't know about you, but 2022 has gone by in a flash, or is going by in a flash, as we sort of transition into a post-pandemic life and way of working and living and finding our flow again. So for any HR professionals, business leaders, people managers, anyone who is thinking about the mental health and well-being of their people and how to focus on this now and in the future, then this Walk the Talk short is for you. So at Point 3, as many of you will know, we like to structure our sessions into 3 points. And in this Walk the Talk short, the 3 points I'm going to talk through are the why, what, and how. Why have a mental health and wellbeing strategy in the first place? What constitutes a mental health and wellbeing strategy? And how to go on and create a mental health and wellbeing strategy with impact. So let's address the why first. Why have a mental health and wellbeing strategy? Simply speaking, mental health and well-being underpins how we think, feel, and behave as individuals. And it's therefore central to how we perform as individuals, as a team, and as a business. It's thought by organizational psychologists that psychological safety is the foundational ingredient of a high-performance workplace culture. And we believe a culture of psychological safety around mental health and well-being enables people to feel comfortable being themselves and are then able to thrive, thinking, feeling, behaving in a way that fulfills their potential. So think about what problems you're facing as a business, whether it's attracting new talent, retaining talent, employee burnout, employees struggling to find balance and create boundaries between work and life, employees overworked, employee engagement, motivation, morale, presenteeism, absenteeism, business transformation projects, change management, performance, whatever is going on for you as a business, mental health and well-being is central to these issues. So not only is it a duty of care to your people to have a mental health and well-being strategy, it makes business sense. A thriving workforce equates to a thriving organisation. Okay, so perhaps as an organisation, you have now justified the benefits of having a mental health and wellbeing strategy, and you're now thinking about the next steps. So let me move on to the second point I want to cover off in this session. What is a mental health and wellbeing strategy? Now, there is not one single definition for a mental health and wellbeing strategy. Just as well-being looks different person to person, this is going to look different organisation to organisation. This needs to be aligned to your business objectives, your values and vision as an organisation. When a wellbeing strategy ladders up to the business strategy, it's more likely to become integrated into the culture, to be something that is believed and practiced from both the top down and the bottom up. One definition for a mental health and wellbeing strategy might be a commitment and culture of support that puts the mental, emotional and physical health of your people at the heart of your business strategy and focuses on empowering your people to reach their full potential at work. And a great starting point when it comes to thinking about your strategy is to define what mental health and well-being means to your organisation, and then to communicate it to your people. This leads nicely on to the third and final point that I'd like to address today. How to deliver a mental health and wellbeing strategy with impact. And the impact point is crucial, so that your investment, your time, energy and budget is justified and your people actually feel the benefit of this investment. Our experience and our insight shows that culture change around workplace mental health requires both this top-down and bottom-up approach to succeed. It starts with leaders and managers leading by example and modelling the behaviours that you would like. And then it's up to individuals to take personal responsibility for the good coping strategies and behaviours that they put in place to cope with the inevitable stresses of work and of life. Beyond that, individuals need to know that they have the time, the permission and the resources to help educate them and to help inspire the best behaviours. When we partner at Point 3 with organisations to help them define their strategy, we follow a 3-step framework. This can be scaled up and down depending on your organisational requirements and how much of this process has already taken place. So step 1 is the listening and learning phase. And this first step is really to truly understand and discover what's currently in place within your organisation in terms of interventions, policies, programmes and resources to support the mental health of your people. And also to understand what your people want and need from a wellbeing perspective. This discovery phase typically involves a wellbeing survey that your employees fill in and some more in-depth interviews with a cross-section of the organisation. Even the act of asking people how they are feeling and what they think of the current support that's in place is a really powerful starting point, provided of course that it is followed up with an action plan. I find this process so fascinating because well-being, as I've said, it means different things to different people. We all have different challenges in our lives, in and out of work, and the two are not mutually exclusive. Depending on so many factors, not limited to our stage of life, our gender, race, health, how we identify, there will be different priorities, pressures, and considerations that employers and managers need to be aware of and need to have confidence in supporting within their organisation and within their teams. And we often discover in this process that there are really valuable resources that are available to employees that they are simply not aware of. So it could be that a communication strategy is what is actually needed. Step 2 is all about turning gaps and priorities into a policy and a programme. And in this phase, we look at the data, we look at the organisational challenges and themes and the gaps that employees have identified, and make recommendations for how to turn that into a policy and programme of wellbeing support that meets the needs and addresses those gaps in order of priority. We have worked with hundreds of organisations of all different sizes, shapes, and from across multiple sectors over the last 4 years. So we do have a plethora of insight and ideas of what works, and perhaps more importantly, what doesn't work, to help other organisations get the best impact for their investment based on the needs and the gaps identified in the discovery phase. And the final step, step 3, is the delivering and measuring phase, which informs the ongoing process of implementing a mental health and wellbeing strategy. It is a cycle that needs to evolve and adapt as the needs of the organisation and its people evolve and adapt. So the final step is to deliver an ongoing programme of support addressing the needs of the employees and the organisation, knowing that everyone has a role to play, starting, as I say, with the leaders leading by example and the managers modelling the desired behaviours. And for maximum impact, the programme is best supported by a consistent drumbeat of communications to really help embed the programme. And this takes time, it takes consistency, and of course it needs relevance. Does the programme meet my needs as an employee? Try putting yourself in their shoes. As I say, step 3 leads back to step 1. It's important to keep listening and learning to see what's landing and what's not. And so the 3-step process begins again. So that does bring me to the end of how we partner with organisations to help them define and deliver on their mental health and wellbeing strategies. If you think that you could benefit from working with point 3 on your journey, from insight and ideas that inform your wellbeing strategy, through to the implementation and ongoing measurement and communication of a wellbeing plan and programme, then please do reach out to me or one of the other founders, Sean or Nikki. We really would be delighted to support you and to chat through your business challenges and opportunities. Thanks so much for tuning in. Next up in our Walk the Talk Shorts series, we will be sharing insight and ideas around mental health training in the workplace. This will be taking place live on Wednesday, the 5th of October at 12 p.m, ahead of World Mental Health Day on the 10th of October. That's Monday, the 10th of October. And it will be available afterwards, as this will be available as a recording on our website. So in the meantime, be well, be happy.